And of course, the first thing that happens is we get fucking accosted by a fish.
Yep.
That's fucking if I'm wasting my time on that.
If you took the fucking time to kill that Magikarp, you are wasting your time.
I pressed the wrong button. Get off my back, man.
Experience.
For what? Like fucking pittance. Like literally, like not even. It would have actually cost me experience to take that Magikarp down.
Oh no. Surfboard was originally programmed into Gen 1 for how they would have been used, like how you would have gotten around.
Yeah, I know of that. I think that's why they kind of threw that in as a bit of a reference, which makes sense, really.
Oh yeah.
I'm curious how they never actually did that officially in the games,
Well, in all honesty, it made good sense to use your Pokemon with you as you go. That was a good make, and then they couldn't unmake that decision.
That's true. Yeah, it just would have been too much backlash. People weren't ready for surfboards.
Well, yeah, like it would have been like, here's your ride Pokemon, and then okay, we're going back to bike.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, who wants that?
In fairness, like again, it's a curious enough idea for a new game where like you do go back to basics, go back to like a Gen 1 type situation where you don't have the keys to the kingdom, you don't have all that you need.
Yeah,
it'd be curious setting for a Pokemon game, like where you kind of have to be a bit more like minimalist about things. Again, no idea if that would work in a current context, but it'd be certainly a good experiment for like a standalone game.
Oh yeah.
As you said, you were talking about like stuff for the 25th anniversary. Like this is the sort of stuff you could do with the Switch. You could do like a very narrative-driven game with that type of deal. The question is, do you have the audience for it? That's what you have to kind of like decide upon.
Would they have the audience for a Colosseum-like game?
Personally, yes.
Wild area is right there.
Yeah.
The whole deal with Colosseum is you're in a desert country. And so big desert between all the towns. So to get from one town to another, you have a cutscene.
Yeah, absolutely. And furthermore, like if you're looking for a good alternative to not like say instead of doing a DLC, bring out another game with all the sundry Pokemon missing within that, and that's your excuse of buying it. That's your excuse of using the home as well. It'll knit everything together, in an ideal fashion. So yes, we just keep getting interfered with by frogs. It's very irritating.
Like at this stage, you can justify throwing on repel if you have them.
I think I use up my repels here for this ninja thing because like
yeah.
Yeah. There it is here.
Right, so this is Ninja 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think we've got half of them so far. And yeah, that nice little thing to give you the items as.
Yep.
Yeah. So now I think the other three are on the east side. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's also weird, like having to like, okay, now I need to know where I am after playing this game for several couple of hours. It's like, so Route 7. What the hell is Route 8? Never heard of a Route 8.
Yeah.
Where's the fucking any key?
Oh, Beale Beach. I did not like this section of the game whenever we were doing it, whenever we originally going through it. I like the idea of a themed beach, like a themed one around the beach. But some of these bits and pieces just seem to drag on for ages.
Yeah, like it's probably, I don't know if you want to count it as like a positive or negative. Oh, there's a Gyarados site, handy.
Okay.
Yeah, it depends on your point of view, I guess. Like I think, like mechanically, like sometimes you have to have those routes that drag on a bit. What I would say is you use them sparingly. You wouldn't have like so many of them, but in this game they had like every route dragged on. Which probably justified why there was such big jumps in the levels as well. Because it kind of expected you to kind of like just go like ad nauseum around the route, buff everyone up, and then you have your levels that way. Whereas you could have just like you'd be a bit more tactical about it, have the one or two, and use them in very particular ways. Like I've said this before in the playthrough, but like if I was designing a game like this myself, I would have had like a bug forest in the middle of the game, so that if people were, let's say, slacking behind, everything you're going up against is like a third stage evolution, like say third level 40s, 50s, whatever it is, and by that point you'll have types that can take on bugs quite routinely, so you can just buff them up to your heart's content, and then throw in a different type for say anything that's shall we say weak to bugs. So instead of having, let's say for your grasses and psychics, you have water and darks thrown in as well, and just in the mix. And there you go. There's everything primed up for the next part of the game. That's the way I would have done it.
I would have said, like Sun and Moon did it well with leveling up wise. They made like, okay, we're aware that people aren't going to be sitting here for ages going through this. Having like the Pokepalago where you can level up shit easily. Yeah,
that's great. Yeah, and again, it's one of those things where like there's like sneaky ways of doing it if you decide to use it, you know.
Yeah.
And some people won't. Nothing wrong with that. It's part of your choice. But yeah, like certainly in Sun and Moon, they kind of got the balance right in that, because like taking the gyms out was a very big risk, so you had to replace it with something better. And they got there. They did it. Like, you know, like I don't think I really felt the pinch level wise until perhaps the Lusamine battle, really. And probably at that point I was maybe could have used the kind of the tools and tricks a bit more. But either way, like I wasn't lagging behind by any means. I was kind of keeping with pace.
I think it was Lusamine and your boy Guzma. He was always
Guzma was a kick in the balls at one point, because he had it was just whatever Pokemon he had were just really strong at that level, you know. Like I think it was Glossopod and something else were just like, fuck, is just wrong place to have these guys.
Yeah. Now, if I'm right, you should be down to, that should have been the 5th one you got there?
Yep, so we're down to one more.
Yep.
And he lives on a little island by himself. I love why our head is so big compared to our tiny sprite for the surfer.
Oh yeah.
I love that. It's just like, yeah, we know you're massive. Just get on with it. We're sorry. We're sorry it looks shit. Don't blame us.
Power band.
Hey.
It's like, you ever have like the bobble-headed or big head glitch in some of those games from the PS2 era?
Yes. What was the game that had it? NBA Jam had the big-headed teeth.
I think Simpsons Hit and Run had it as well.
A lot of them had it, yeah. If I'm not mistaken, I think the NBA games was the start of it, and then everyone just thought, this is hilarious, let's just do it. It's something easy we can do. Oh, hang on, what's going on? The great evil on the horizon. It granted him vision, maybe.
Huh.
Brothers, eh?
Oh, yuck.
Hang on, let's see.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a sentimental old man. That's all. We can all understand that.
So this is the other pseudo-legendary.
Yes. So kind of like the Dratini and Crystal, you know, that type of deal.
Yeah. All right. So let's see where. let's see. I have no idea what to expect of this now. I'm expecting what's the little electric bug from Unova? Galvantula's first form, Joltik.
Oh, Joltik, yeah.
That's what I'm expecting here.
There it is.
Okay, more Delibird than Joltik.
A cracking compliment for what is meant to be the pseudo-legendary of the game. It could do damage, could kill itself. Fuck it, who cares? Whatever.
So
yeah, this is.
I've ever used Delibird in.
Oh no, I made that mistake when I was 10. I'm never going back. I got so angry at it throwing a present and healing the opponents. Like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck is that? I actually know what I'm fairly sure I released Delibird out of anger. Literally, just I was just so angry at the betrayal.
And it's level 5 from the get-go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, you have to work on this, And again, this is handy. Just everyone's there. You can just take avail of them.
Lovely. So
yeah,
this is your EV training, basically.
Yes, and it's free as well. You have to pay for it now.
At this stage, wouldn't some of your guys be fully EV trained?
Not really. I think you're kind of hitting this at the right point where you've got some coverage in most areas, but then this is where you can hit one stat in particular.
Yeah. So Rabbit and Volchek definitely wouldn't have any EVs yet, but
no. But somewhere like Bashaft or Barriet now can go max out in the tank. So I kind of keep it balanced where okay, so Barriet's after getting some attack. I think I give Metalinks the defense, and then everyone else kind of gets a bit of love as well. So everyone's got a stat to work on, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. And do these guys let you show up again and again?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can use it to your heart's content.
Damn.
Yeah. So I think I don't overuse it now, admittedly, because I think I'd rather just get on with the playthrough at this point, and plus, I'd rather it kind of be done in battle as opposed to done this way.
And does that thing go faster the more EVs they have?
I think so. Yes. To be fair, that cursor was very delicate. It was very laggy anyway. So it was a bit of a lottery deciding do you get 5 stars or 2?
Yeah.
The very big differential there, but it's fine for what it is.
Lovely.
And then last but not least, our new pet project. Lovely back sprite.
And is there a place to reset the EVs right here at all?
Ooh, good question. I don't know is the thing. I actually couldn't tell you. Which should probably explain that I actually didn't avail of it at the time of the playthrough. I assume so. I assume there's somewhere you can go because they seem to have most of the tools here for shit like that anyway. So I assume there's someone you could talk to about it. Could be the Grandmaster himself, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because it's also a very simple thing to program in the game as well, because it's the RPG Maker keeps track of its numbers a lot more than the other Pokemon games do.
Yeah.
So yeah, just a little bit of housekeeping now before we get cracking onto our League adventure. So I think I'm putting a move on Terabit here. See what we can avail of it.
Yeah. So Magnitude, not a bad choice.
Yeah, I think I'll go for Magnitude because I think what was it, the ground type? Sand Bulldoze, I think it was. Yeah, Bulldoze. It's just it's grand, but you'd probably need something with a bit of grunt to actually take down people.
Yeah.
And we'll obviously with Volchek we can we'll improve it as time goes on.
Absolutely. So whenever we come back after the is the grind starting now, or is the grind starting after you make your way through the victory road?
It'll be after, so that's all off camera, thankfully.
Fine.
Yes. So what all we have left now at this point is the charge to Victory Road, which is a pretty fucking long part of the journey, I'll be honest, and then the championship itself.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are in the home stretch here, but there's still like a meaty part of the game to go, which I don't think it's a bad thing, but like it's like
having a good victory road, it makes all the difference.
Yeah, well, this one you like. If you like your long victory roads, you'll enjoy this one then.
Good. Poen and Sinnoh and Unova had the best.
Well, I suppose like they put a lot of attention into this one. Oh, by the way, we sold off too many items to sell on the ferry, so we have to sell shit. We stocked up on too much. Now we had to give away everything. Totally not awkward. Totally not awkward at all. We're officially too poor to sail.
Like you're not going to use those stones.
Yeah, I do sell. I sell them off eventually.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Nope. I love that as well, by the way, that the royal jelly is only like 50 cents. When this is like the thing, hang on. If you want to, you can use this royal jelly to make any bug into Mother Queen. How is that only 50 pence? You literally have you could rule a kingdom with these bugs. Philistines, honestly. They don't know what's good for them.
Now, how come you had to get a ferry out there? Why didn't you just fly?
Basically, when you're west and east, you can't fly from one side to the other.
Okay. Basically, the Gen 2 rule.
Basically, yeah. And it was a case of surfing, and just the idea of being attacked by swordfish just wasn't really appealing to me at that point.
Yep, makes sense.
So anyway, lads, we're going to leave this for now, and when we come back, we'll be on the road to Victory Roads, as it were. So until then, lads, hopefully you've enjoyed this part of the playthrough. We'll see you next time on Pokemon Uranium. Until then, see you soon.
Bye.